Welcome back, Trader Studio, to another trading video. Today, I'm going to show you how I was able to make $1,900 from the market. Now, I'm going to go into replay mode. For those of you that are new here, I'm going to go back to right before market open, which is 8:30 a.m. my time. That's where I'm located. If you're in another location, it's going to be different for you. We are looking at NASDAQ today. If you're a frequent viewer of this channel, you know that I do like to trade NQ NASDAQ. This does apply to Forex futures. This will apply to both of those. So let's take a look and see what I was looking at. So right here, this is what I see at 8:25 a.m. This is right before the New York Stock Exchange opens up. So this is what I was looking at. So as soon as I'm on the charts, I see this resistance right here. So I'm going to mark that off with my trend line. Boom. I see this resistance right here. So I mark that off with my trend line. And then now I see this support, all these touches right here. I see this support here, but then I come down a little more, and then you can look to the left. You'll see how it reacts to this point right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my trend line right here is where I put that. And then as you can see my pivot point, for those of you that don't know, I do use an indicator called pivot points. It is just a it is just a support and resistance indicator. A resistance, support, that's all these mean. So let's go back. And now let's take a look and see. My mindset was if it gets below this low right here, I'm going to take this short position and target this pivot. Stops close by. And then if it was going to break these highs, it was really going to be a small trade, and then we were going to target this resistance right there. I didn't see the markets giving us this move on a Friday, and I'll explain later in the video why I didn't see this. So let's take a look and see what happened with the market open candle. Boom. As you can see, what do you see here? It broke this previous high, and then as you can see, it should be entered in this trade. Now, if you've been watching all my other videos, you'll know that I always take this trade. If it breaks this previous high, broke this resistance, I'm in this trade. Now, I really wanted to take this trade today because it broke, but I didn't. And this is what I was saying. I'm going to show you guys later as to why I didn't take it. So I should take this trade right here. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that once this previous high and this resistance gets broken, I'm taking this trade. I did not take this trade, and there was a couple of reasons why, and I'm going to show you how experience in the market, just doing this over and over again, it'll help you stay out of trades that you should stay out of. So one reason I didn't take this trade, let's take a look at news. Today at 8:45 my time, I know this says 9:45, but for me this would be 8:45. We had flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI coming out. And then 15 minutes later, we had revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment coming out. So that is one reason I wanted to wait before this data came out. And as you can see, we got this one as expected, and then this one came out higher. It was forecasted to be 48.8, and this was 55.2. So this came out higher, this came out as expected. So we're just talking about why I didn't take this trade for now. So that was one reason. I didn't take it because news was coming out. I wanted to wait for that. Second reason was I was looking at Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, the NASDAQ top 8. I was looking at all of those to see how they were performing right when market opened. They were kind of all just, some were up, some were down, some were just being choppy. Apple specifically was being very, very choppy. If I go back, let's take a look. November 20 at 8:30, you can see right at market open, boom, we did have that big spike up, but then it was just ranging for a little bit. So I just wasn't comfortable taking this, and that was my second reason. My third reason is the market. Let's take a look overall. I mean, it gave us insane easy moves. I mean, look at this. There's Thursday, easy. Here's Wednesday, easy. I believe Tuesday, easy. So I didn't believe that on a Friday it was going to give us another easy move. Not because it's Friday, because I've seen great moves on Friday, just because the market gave us so many good moves throughout the entire week. Just what my mindset was. Could be totally wrong. That's just what my mindset was. But let's see what happened with the next candle. Boom. As you can see, I would have been stopped out of that trade. I would have not been in it, and I would have taken a loss, but I wasn't in this trade at all. So I was being patient. Let's continue. And by this time, we do have the Flash Services PMI coming out. And then it came out at this point right here. You would see that I would have good profits here by now, but I was just not in the trade. And I wasn't going to enter here if I saw it. I just missed the trade if it was going to hit my take profit. I was comfortable with that. Let's continue. And then boom, once that Flash Services PMI came out, it wasn't good for NASDAQ. You can see we had that reaction. And then now it just decided to just chop for quite a bit of time. So now at this point, once we had the consumer sentiment come out, I was getting ready to sell this because in my mind, I knew the sentiment was low. It came out lower than expected. I was looking at all the stocks. I knew that it came every stock, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, all of them were going down. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm getting ready for sells, but we've been so choppy today, as you can see. So what I decided to do, if I was going to enter this trade, I was going to have a much greater stop loss than I normally do. I'm going to delete this so you can see it easier. I was going to have my stop loss right above this resistance right here. I felt that we were going to go down. I just didn't want to be too tight and it gets me out. So let's take a look and see what happened. As you can see, boom, we had this. I got in this trade. I am in. Let's take a look. So boom, we're just kind of chopping back and forth. Okay, we're getting a good candle right there. Almost hit the full take profit at that pivot point. Came all the way back up. And then boom, we hit our full take profit. I was out of that trade. And yeah, we were done. As you can see later on, we just came back to pretty much just chopping. I mean, it was just if you traded today, this is on November 22nd, 2024, it was just very choppy all day. And we were able to secure about 32 points from the market. And we were out. I'm going to show you guys how I applied fundamental trading. I'm very big on fundamentals and along with technical analysis. I combined both in order to have this day. And another thing, I just had a feeling that we were going to chop today because of my experience in the markets, just seeing this every day, just being on the charts every day, and just seeing how whenever we get good, insane moves throughout the week, probably more than likely, and I could totally be wrong by saying this, it was just a feeling and it paid off that we were just going to chop for the day. But yeah, Trader Studio, now that's really it. We do have a Discord if you are interested in joining. It's called Trader Studio, obviously. This is my Rudy alerts. We've got other 2 traders in here. It's just some alerts whenever I talk about my trades, upload a video, and then you can kind of give you a little breakdown if you want to pause it, just to kind of see what's all inside our Discord. If you guys would like to join, just let me know. I'm happy to help out. But I really appreciate you watching another video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you guys so much.